I can't beloaf, it's vegan. Loafing, unadulterated loafing. Okay, sorry, I'm done. But seriously, check her out. The glaze is everything. Clutch my pearls. Do you see all that? Oh, she's still steaming. 10 out of 10. You might not be very familiar with lentil loaf, but it's basically a plant-based knockoff of a meatloaf, which I'm sure some of you may have grown up being like, ew, meatloaf, gross. But honestly, I think this is gonna be absolutely delicious. I used to like meatloaf growing up, and so I figured, why not make it plant-based with some lentils? It's an amazing source of plant-based protein. A quarter cup of this stuff is like 11 grams of protein at least, and we're using a whole cup. You can use meatloaf leftovers sliced, put it into sandwiches or wraps. You can crumble the lentil loaf into like a skillet, almost use it as like ground meat for other recipes. You can just eat it by the slab with some other veggie sides like mashed potatoes and veggies. There's so many options, and we've got so many delicious, healthy ingredients going into this loaf, and we got so many good spices. We got some veggies, we've got carrot and celery and onion, and we even got an apple in there for some sweet, juicy notes in there. But first off, to get into this recipe, we gotta cook our lentils. Next, add your rinsed lentils to a saucepan or a small pot. And then to your 1 cup of lentils, you're just gonna add 2.5 cups of water or veggie broth. Cover it with a lid, bring it to a boil, and we're just going to cook them for about 30 to 35 minutes until they are al dente. Now, while the lentils are cooking away on the stove, we can work on prepping all the other ingredients like walnuts. I forgot to actually show those in the ingredients there, but we need about a cup of walnuts. We're now just gonna chop them up, and we're going to roast them in the oven for about 10 minutes. So now is a great time to get your oven preheating to 350 Fahrenheit. Now, you might be wondering, why, Janelle? Why do we need walnuts in our lentil loaf? And that is a perfectly legitimate question. There, I was just measuring out a cup of them because I like to be precise. Walnuts actually add an incredible sort of meaty-ish texture to things like lentil loaf, wouldn't you know it, and other kind of meaty plant-based dishes. And when you roast them in the oven, they take on a really nice kind of warm, toasty, even nuttier flavor, dare I say, when you toast them up. So we're just gonna do that real quick here. Beautiful. Give it a little shaky, and into the oven they go. Now, our next step is to take 3 tablespoons of these very lovely ground flax seeds, which I love to smell because they smell like bread to me. Oh, I love flax seeds. And we're going to add 1/2 cup of water to our 3 tablespoons. Ooh, I may have taken a bowl that is too small. Give our flax seeds a little mixy. You could argue that this is a giant flax egg that I have made here. And the reason why I've done this is that we're kind of using these as a binder. Once the water and the flax seeds have sat for about 10 minutes, they thicken up into kind of like this nice gel situation, similar to an egg. Okay, we're gonna set this aside and we're gonna chop some veggies. Sage, garlic, onion, apple, celery, and carrot. Oh my! That's right, all delicious items that deserve to be in lentil loaf. So we're going to finely dice up 2 stalks of celery, shred up 1 medium-ish, large-ish carrot. We're going to finely dice up a medium yellow onion. We're going to peel and dice up a nice large crisp apple. I'm using Gala. We're going to mince up about 2 tablespoons worth of sage. We're going to finely mince up 3 hefty cloves of garlic. That wasn't so hard. And in the 10 minutes it took me to prep all those veggies, our walnuts are now toasted and roasty and so very boasty. I don't know, I don't think that's really an accurate way to describe them, but I can tell you one thing, folks. Walnuts just aren't walnuts unless they're roasted. Oh, the smell, the flavor, the crunch, it's everything. All right, moving right along, next step is to grab yourself a saute pan and we're going to warm up about a tablespoon or so of olive oil. Once your pan is HAWT hot, we're going to add our onion, celery, and garlic. We're We're just sauteing this over a medium-high heat, and we're just going to cook these together for about, I don't know, 3-4 minutes until they get nice and soft, translucent, and smell freaking heavenly. Looking good. We are 3 minutes in the future. Now we can add our carrot, apple, and fresh minced sage. My kitchen is already smelling amazing, and I am only at the very beginning here, you guys. Oh no, apple down, apple down. I almost forgot one thing, actually technically 3. Salt, pepper, and some cumin seeds. Okay, so now we are going to put the lid on our saute pan, and we're going to let the apples get nice and soft for about 5 to 7 minutes. I do not know where the apple went. All right, folks, things are looking super special over here. Our vegetables and apple are nice and soft, looking good. Our lentils are nice and cooked as well. They've been cooking for about 30 minutes. They're nice and al dente, no water left behind, but they're still kind of retaining their shape, which is what you want. Okay, now for like the really fun part. We're gonna finally turn all these ingredients into a big bad loaf of deliciousness. So grab yourself a bowl, about a medium to large-ish size bowl. So we're gonna add pretty much everything we've just cooked into the bowl. So the lentils, all of these fine looking vegetables, plus a few other swell ingredients. We have our 1 cup of toasted walnuts. For texture, for crunch, for flavor, we've got 3/4 of a cup of rolled oats. If you don't have rolled oats, you could also use quick oats. We're gonna add 1/4 cup of oat flour. This is basically just rolled oats that I've pulverized in the blender to create a flour. This is gonna help absorb excess moisture to help kind of bind the loaf together. And for extra flavor enhancing, we've got some nutritional yeast. 2 tablespoons, this adds savoriness and delicious umami. And now we're just going to very carefully fold it all together until all the ingredients are well combined. Once you've got a few folds in, we're gonna add in our flax mixture. You can see that it's gotten really nice and gelatinous and very kind of eggy-like. You're probably familiar with this type of thing if you do a lot of vegan baking. This is basically a flax egg, like I mentioned earlier. A very big flax egg. Okay, now we're gonna fold that into the rest of it. Now, I don't know about you, but I personally think this looks very meaty. It's like a meaty mixture, which is exactly what I hoped it would turn out like. It's sticking together really nicely, and once we put this into the loaf pan, it's all just gonna get like smushed down into a nice kind of dense little loaf. So what I've got here is just a standard loaf pan, and I have lined it with some parchment paper. And now we are just going to very carefully kind of spoon in the lentil mixture into the loaf. And there you go, that's pretty much how you want it to look like. Then you can just take a spoon, kind of flatten out the loaf till it's in a pretty much flat top, a flat layer. Okay, we're almost done. I'm gonna show you how to make a quick 30-second glaze for the top. And you can count it. I'm gonna do this in 30 seconds or less, and if I don't, well then, fire me. I don't know why I added the extra pressure of me trying to do this glaze in 30 seconds, but here we go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3 tablespoons approximately of ketchup. That was probably a little bit more. 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. That was probably more. A good pinch of red chili flakes. About half a teaspoon of onion powder. Some fresh black pepper. Whiskey, whiskey! There, done. Glaze, it's all done, that's it. So delicious. Tangy, zippy, bitey, spicy, flavorful, so yum. Okay, that was practically 30 seconds. I'm gonna count that as a win. Now all you gotta do is pour that glaze right over top. So simple. Then you just want to spread it out into a nice even layer, like so. Wow. That glaze is like potent. It's like super tangy. It's tickling my eyeballs. And there she be, folks. She's ready to go in the oven. You can do it, you can do it. Whoa. There we go, say bye-bye. We'll circle back here in about 30 minutes. Okay, people, she is out of the oven and she is looking bold and beautiful and bodacious. Oh my goodness. She's far too hot to eat at the moment, but I just want to show you what she looks like without all of this parchment. You guys, we have hit the mother loaf. I can't beloaf, it's vegan. Loafing, unadulterated loafing. Okay, sorry, I'm done. But seriously, check her out. That glaze is so nice and caramelized on top, and there's so much good texture going on here. I cannot wait to dig in. Okay, people, it is that time where we slice into our lentil loaf. Could be a little soft still. Just did a little bit of loaf surgery, mending the bottom and top half back together. Let's actually try it out. I guess this is what I get for having no patience and not letting it cool enough. Oh my gosh. The glaze is everything. It's meaty, it is textural, it is a little bit sweet from the glaze, but also the really nice apples that we put in there. It's so hearty, it's so veggie packed, you guys. Like, oh my God. This is absolutely phenomenal. Like, look at this, you guys. Do you see all that? Oh, she's still steaming. This is the kind of thing that you can meal prep to enjoy all throughout the week, but you can also like cook it up for a holiday dinner, because at the time of filming this, it is mid-December, so it makes sense that you can cook this for like a holiday get-together or a Christmas dinner or something, and this would be absolutely show-stopping. I think meat eaters and plant-based people alike would absolutely just die for this. Clutch my pearls, 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Give this video a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you, yeah you, in another video real soon. Bye-bye.